Well, it's finally happened. We knew it was happening for a long time. Finally, the 12-team playoff system is implemented. I don't like it. I mean, when are the fifth and sixth, and never mind that, the 12th ranked team in the country ever the best team in the country? It's just there's not that many teams that can win a national title. Most years there's three teams that can win a natty. This year there's probably only two. uh, I mean, there's not really been four. In the playoff era, when Winster, I mean, maybe 2017 there was four teams that could win a national title, and Clemson got shut down. So, could have they even had the potential to win it? I guess you can say that. Most years there's just not five, six, Lord knows not 12 that could win a national title. I'd rather see them play each other in a bowl game than in the playoffs. It's just, and it takes the whole fun out of the regular season. Why would everyone? The Ohio State Michigan game this year got 17 million views. People care about that game. Well, what would be the point if it was a 12-team playoff? What's the point of the 2013 Iron Bowl if there's a 12-team playoff? What's the point of the 2008 and 2009 SEC championship games and the 2017 SEC title game? 2019 Alabama LSU. What are the point of those games if there's a 12-team playoff? There's just not. And this is unfortunately probably going to take away conference championship games. Because I think of it this year. Big 12 gets two teams in the playoffs, right? If there's a 12-team playoff this year. TCU and Kansas State. Well, if Kansas State loses the Big 12 title game, they're out the playoff. Oh, so Big 12 only gets one team now. So, that it hurts teams conferences have a conference championship game. I think of it this way. And another way it hurt them. USC's the best. I mean, let's just say, or TCU or USC. We can use the example. Let's just say USC. They lose the Pac-12 title game. Well, USC currently gets a bye week right now. But now the Pac-12 would lose its bye week because their best team has just lost their conference championship game. So conference is probably going to say, well, yeah, that's true. Let's get rid of our conference championship games. And on top of that, people are going to want, on top of that, it's an extra game. Because if a team makes the conference championship and the 12-team playoff, they could possibly play up to 17 games. 17 games. That's a lot. And you're playing 16 if you make your conference championship and you get a first-round bye. You're playing 16 if you miss your conference title, but you make the first round. That's, it's going to be the least injured teams for the national title as well, instead of the best teams. We're already seeing tons of injuries late in the season that we used to not see because we're playing so many games now. And I like it. I think 15 games is, the 14 playoff. I think it's good for us right now. But the facts are, there's a lot of injuries right now. Look what just happened to Blake Corum. Wear and tear got him. Look what happened to Kerryon Johnson in 2017. They broke down. Because we're already playing so many games. That's going to happen almost twice as much now because we're playing more games. I don't like it. But here's the thing. It's happening. There's nothing we can do about it. And I need to at least give it a chance. Story be told, I used to be questionable about the transfer portal. Now I actually grown to like it. Maybe the same thing will happen with the 12-team playoff. But it just feels like it's going to water down the regular season, rivalry games, and all that. I mean, Georgia beat Florida in 2018 and 2019. If there was a 12-team playoff during that time, Florida beat Georgia in 2020. Well, The 18, 19, 20, the winner of that game made the SEC title and had, if they would have won their SEC titles, they would have made the playoffs. The loser of that game was out. That's the whole fun of rivalry games and highly ranked games. But no, either way, they both get in, it just doesn't make sense. And we understand, we know why we've gone to a playoff in the first place from the BCS title game. Let's go, if you really want to go far back, let's go why we went to a BCS title game. We went to a BCS title game because we wanted to see the best two teams play each other instead of going to the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl. And then even before that, being voted on and the Rose Bowl not agreeing with whatever, and them having the Big Ten and Pac-12 Big Ten and Pac-10 playing their game instead of, what was agreed on in the national championship game for years. So that's why I went to the BCS. Well, yeah, the best two teams played, but the problem with that is many years we thought the third and fourth ranked teams were the best teams in the country. Like 1999, people thought Kansas State was the best team. 2000, people thought Miami was the best team. 2003, USC, people thought was the best team. 2004, people thought Auburn was the best team. 2007, people think Georgia's the best team. 2011, people think Oklahoma State's the best team. And, that's not everybody. I mean, most people think USC was the best team in 2004 anyways. But there were some people that thought Auburn was the best team. Most people in 2011 thought Alabama was the best team. But most people also thought that Oklahoma State should have got in. And some people even thought they were the best team. So, that's why. Because the amount of times we thought third and fourth ranked teams deserved to make it to the BCS title game. And times where we even thought they were better than the team that actually won it. In 2008 as well, people think Texas should have made it. So, that's why we've gotten where we are. Well, nobody goes around saying the 5th and 6th ranked teams are the best team in the country, because that never happens. Now, people are upset that it's the same 4 teams every year. That's just... that's college football. Talent is not equal across the boards. You want equal teams and equal talent, go watch the NFL. College football is not the place for that. So yes, it's going to be the same 4 teams every year. Look, this year, Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and USC. Michigan's only making it their second time. TCU and USC are about to make it their first time, assuming they win. If they don't win, oh Lord, what a disaster that would be. Imagine being in the playoffs and then losing the game, your conference title game. Ask Wisconsin how that feels. They know a lot about that. So does Iowa. 2015, 2017, question mark, ask Auburn, too. Auburn knows a lot about that. But you get my point. It's just, I don't know. Those are my thoughts. I don't think it should be going to 12 teams. 6 teams would not be the end of the world. I think 8 is way too much. And so is 12. And here's another thing, too. Years later, 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th ranked teams are going to get upset. Oh, we should make the playoffs too. Now we're going to have to expect the 16 and 20 and 24 and do all this. Just 10 years ago, we had a 2-team BCS national title game. Now we're going all the way to 12 teams. And I think it should stay at 4. I think 4-team playoff is better than any system we've ever had in college football. The BCS BCS was a good system, I thought. It left out the best team in the country sometimes, or what we thought was and who deserved it. Yeah, that was a problem. But the bowl games mattered a lot. The regular season mattered so much. Just a little bit too much. So that's why, 4 teams is obviously better. And we get to see the best teams in the country now in all of the playoffs instead of, being 3rd or 4th and missing. So that's the whole point of the 4-team system. And I don't think 6 teams would be the end of the world, but I don't even like that. So whatever. I have to deal with it because it's happening. But here's the thing: Georgia's making every year. We're going to be the 1 or 2 team every year.